All right, so we'll talk about the Patriots just absolutely demolishing the Los Angeles Chargers yesterday. So the Patriots won by the score of 45 to nothing, and this is one of the best performances I've seen from any team, if not the best performance from a team the entire year. Now, granted, look, I'm a Patriot fan, so obviously I have my bias, and then I have a bunch of Patriot posters in the background if you guys can see it. So obviously I'm a little bit biased with the Patriots here. However, from start to finish, the Patriots just beat the brakes off of the Chargers in every single facet of the game. If you look at offensively, yeah, Cam didn't really throw the ball, but it really didn't matter because the Patriots were able to run the ball pretty effectively against the Chargers. When you look at Damian Harris, Cam Newton, and Sony Michel running the ball, they had above 150 yards rushing, and they were able to get some solid carries from the beginning of the game all the way to the end of the game. And when you look at the Chargers offense just couldn't get anything going against the Patriots. I believe Justin Herbert threw the ball 53 times yesterday and barely got over 200 yards passing. So it just kind of goes to show how well the Patriots defense was playing against the Chargers. Keenan Allen was pretty much a non-factor yesterday, so was Mike Williams. Austin Eckler was basically non-existent yesterday. So you have to give the Patriots defense a lot of credit in that respect. Defensively, the Chargers just got absolutely annihilated yesterday. It didn't seem like they could really handle the Patriots run game that well. And even though that Cam Newton and Jarrett Stidham only combined to throw for 130 yards passing yesterday, they were able to move the ball up and down the field relatively easy with the limited number of passes that they had. And they just were able to get some drives, continue some drives, get some third down conversions, and then convert them into points. And then the one key that we have to focus on here, which never really gets talked about in any commentary that I see across the board, is special teams. Special teams was a huge factor in yesterday's win for the Patriots. Gunnar Olszewski was able to take a 70-yard punt return for a touchdown in the first quarter, I believe. And then later in the half, to wrap up the first half, it looked like the Chargers were going to go into halftime down 21-3, except their field goal gets blocked and Devin McCourty picks it up and runs it for a touchdown. And then the Chargers are down 28-0 at halftime. It's absolutely a gutting play for the Chargers. Instead of being down 18 points, you're down 28 points. It's a 10-point swing, and the game is essentially over at that point. I just have to say this. The Patriots just a few weeks ago barely beat the Jets on the road and needed a game-winning field goal to beat a winless Jets. And then a few weeks later, they're going up against a decent team against the Chargers. The Chargers have given the Chiefs multiple issues in both of their games that they played against them this year. And yet they play against the Patriots and they just absolutely get destroyed by them in a game that wasn't even close. The Patriots led wire to wire. So I don't know how you really evaluate a loss like this if you're a Chargers fan. But I mean, there's even been rumors that Anthony Lynn's job could be affected here just because a performance like that is so bad and against a team that struggles offensively. I mean, Cam Newton threw the ball for almost 70 yards yesterday and you lose 45-0. The entire team didn't show up yesterday. I'm not going to question their effort. Their effort was there. They just couldn't execute properly. But for the Patriots, this is a huge win for them. They get back to 500 at a 6-6 record. They have an outside shot to make the playoffs at this point. They're not going to win the AFC East. The Bills are far and ahead, probably going to win that division. If not the Dolphins could potentially still be in it. But at this point, the best thing going for the Patriots is just consistency, and they do have some momentum. They've won 4 out of their last 5 games. So it'll be interesting to see how the season unfolds for New England for the last month or so. But this is a really good win for them, and it could lead to something bigger, but time will tell on that.